Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Joining me now is Asha Sharma, CVP Head of Product from Microsoft AI. But she's my boss. She's awesome.
Wanker.
Wanker?
Yeah.
I've never understood what wanker is.
We said we want to make sure we've got the largest library of games for people to play. So we did things like backward compatibility.
Yeah, and we thank you for that, Phil. Yeah, great.
Brought Mixer in. People told me, hey, I want better hardware. We went out and did S. We went out and did X, the most powerful console in the world. Yeah. Something we're committed to in the future. And
it doesn't, but I thought it was really funny.
Together, regardless of what
Phil, my Halo t-shirt. Please sign it for me, please do, please. I'll even take my top off. Actually, I won't. Oh, speaking of taking your tops off. Phil.
One of the things I really
Xbox.
families that are here. And we see parents with their kids.
Excuse me?
It's gaming is such
Sorry, folks, but I have a memo here. What does this
awesome
say?
To be here with so many families having a great time.
Oh, hang on. This is a really big memo.
So, I mean, obviously we hear you talk about, gaming for everyone.
It's so big.
You brought out the adaptive controller, which is just something so incredible. I mean, that's
It's
only just
bigger than I
one
thought.
part of
The news is
gaming.
in. Well, it was in because it happened yesterday. Phil Spencer fired from Microsoft from an Indian man called Satya Nadella. And who's he replacing him with? That's right, you guessed it, his daughter, Asha Sharma. And if you thought that headline was dramatically breaking enough, stick around, folks. Maybe hit that like and subscribe button. Oh, you're too much fan, stop it. Now let's get on with today's video breakdown, which feels like a tribute for Phil Spencer himself.
Previous company, we were building applications to help people look at 1 billion items that we're updating 3,000 times per second to help you have a better shopping experience. But now we're seeing that every company out there across almost every industry is turning to AI.
YouTube's newest hero is here to save the day. His name, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Now look, ladies and gentlemen, you know that I always give Phil Spencer a bit of a ribbing. I always call him Phyllis or Dillis, whatever. I'm actually a big fan of Phil Spencer because when he became the Xbox president in 2014, he turned the Xbox platform around after Dan Matrick ruined it the year before. I mean, Phil Spencer is the dude who gave us backward compatibility on the Xbox One. And Phil, I will be forever grateful that you allowed gamers like me, even though in my wardrobe on this side of the room, which you cannot see, houses a Halo Reach Special Edition 360 console, which I love. I bought the thing pre-owned a few years ago, but whoever had it before didn't play around with it much, so it feels absolutely premium. But the point is, if I did not have that in there, I could still use my Xbox Series S to play old 360 games on it, which is a treasure unto itself. So last night when I sat down to watch a movie, I started seeing things going crazy on X, and I saw Dreamcast guy had posted a video about Phil Spencer being fired, and I thought, what is this? And of course, lo and behold, obviously about a couple of hours before that, the news broke, and I've got to give credit where credit is due. IGN broke the exclusive. I mean, what a kick in the teeth for Bloomberg, right? Because you normally expect these type of mic drops to happen with them, but it was actually through IGN, who did a really great job in breaking down what actually happened. I've got some real issues with this, by the way, and look, by the way, my intro and my thumbnail, they're not clickbait. Xbox is about to be ruined by some Asian chick from the Delhi village. Not the Delhi in your local supermarket. I'm talking about some hand-picked maiden with no experience whatsoever regarding video games. And already I'm thinking, what, we got Sarah Bond, point two. By the way, Sarah Bond, she's already gone. Phil Spencer retiring, Sarah Bond out, Matt Booty promoted as a Microsoft AI exec Asha Sharma, I don't know who she is either, named new Xbox boss, exclusive. And it certainly is, folks. People have not stopped talking about it. So basically, last year around December, Phil Spencer said that he and Satya Nadella all sat down and had a bit of a conversation about where the future of Xbox is going. And I feel that was probably the precursor to what happened over the last 24 hours, where Phil Spencer has now decided he's out. Now, I don't know if my Lord and Savior right here, Mr. Phil Spencer, has ever watched the Mike Judge classic Office Space from 1999, but as that film will tell you, upon numerous reruns, if you want to fire employees, break the news on a Friday so they can mull it over on a Saturday and a Sunday. And that's exactly what is happening to our precious Phil right here, because this Sunday, as in tomorrow, by the time you see this video, which will be out today, he's gone. He long gone, man. He's going to be riding into the sunset on his horse. Even though he's leaving on Sunday, he's going to be in a consultative advisory mode for Miss Asha Sharma, who I should probably call Sharma, because this chick is something else. I mean, when you know where she worked before this, you will understand why I have said that she is Sarah Bond 2.0. But yes, Sarah Bond is obviously out as well, which is, again, people sound really shocked and surprised by that. I'm not, because Sarah Bond for the longest time has brought nothing but a big smiley black face to the proceedings and not much else. And of course, that dreadful color combination of green and black. I mean, that sounds like a chocolate brand, if you know what I'm talking about.
My name is Sarah Bond. My pronouns are she, and I am the head of ecosystem.
Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer, who joined Microsoft in 1988 as an intern and has been there for 38 years. Isn't that incredible? And again, he was part of the Xbox launch. He oversaw the original Gears of War, Halo, Forza, and Fable maybe even. So the man really knows his bread and butter when it comes to the production of video games. So again, I think a lot of people are actually shocked. And of course, is Phil Spencer perfect? Nope, he's definitely not. But like any good COO or CEO, you will stumble and bumble and make mistakes along the way. Now, of course, Satya Nadella and Phil Spencer must have been in a very high-level, top-secret boardroom meeting where Phil was obviously bored out of his mind at this stage, producing this cupcake statement right here. Today marks, or skid marks, an exciting new chapter for Microsoft Gaming. That's gaming with a G-A-Y at the beginning, as Asha Sharma steps into the role of CEO, and I want to be the first to welcome her to this incredible team. Working with her over the past several months, because you knew your job was out, Phil, has given me tremendous confidence. She brings genuine curiosity. That's code word for she hasn't got a fucking clue what a video game is. Clarity and a deep commitment to understanding prayers, not players, creators, and the decisions that shape our future. Can I just stop you there? Because if you look at this picture of Matt Booty sat next to Asha Sharma, what about her cries she's a gamer bro? Tell me. I can guarantee you now there'll be people, players like Justine, who want to book Asha Sharma for an interview. Oh my God, first woman ever at Microsoft Gaming. Isn't it going to be great? The answer is no. This chick right here, her previous job was at Home Depot, or as you Americans say, Depot or Depot. She worked at a warehouse manufacturing establishment. And what's that got to do with video gaming? Unless you're building units for video game consoles, well, fair enough. But what else have you got to do? Then she is... Now, I'll tell you what her job role was before she's now hijacked this job. And yes, hijacked is the correct word. Xbox Flight Simulator, which I would probably guess is a simulator for terrorists who want to board your favorite airline next time. Oh, I'm very salty today, aren't I, folks? Yeah, look at this, man. The Home Depot. She's a board member at Home Depot. She joined, I was going to say Muslim Croft for a minute, Microsoft in 2024, just over 2 years ago. In her email to Microsoft staff, she wrote in part, "My first job is simple. Understand what makes this work and protect it." She ain't going to protect shit, man, except her own hide. First, great games. Everything begins here. Unforgettable characters, stories that make us feel, innovative gameplay, and creative excellence. Which again, sounds a bit suspect because you know what Nintendo did recently, don't you? With their creative excellence per se, and I think this is going in the same direction with Microsoft. We will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, and back bold new ideas. We will take risks. Do you know what? I think this Sharma chick needs a bit of a re-education from people like me who can tell her, listen, love, if you want to get gamers back on your side, just make first-class original IP. Get rid of this stupid ideology that permeates them. Give the fans what they want. Do you think she's going to do that? Do you think she's going to listen? Of course not. I predict now that this chick will be the female equivalent of Eve Gemot, scandal and all. And by the way, Satya Nadella, he handpicked her specifically for the role. And you know what I find very egregious about that? If you know anything about Japan, how they were furious at this Indian director, when I say Indian like me, born in Japan, raised in Japan, had his own out like a factory, but instead of hiring the local Japanese men and women who would love a job, he goes and brings over a bunch of Indians on a boat to work for him. How does that work? And it's illegal. You can't do that kind of shit. And I feel like she, Madam Right here, was plucked from obscurity to become the new face of Microsoft. Are you kidding, bro? But everybody's like saying now that Chief Content Officer Matt Booty is by her side. He answers to her. I would think by the end of the year, he's out as well. I'm going to predict. And if he gets out, Microsoft are really stuck in a microscopic bubble. And that's going to be very interesting to watch.
Xbox at Microsoft for a conversation with Bloomberg's Dina Bass.
Oh, they see what I mean? Sarah Bond, black and green. I tell you what, this is the moment I felt that they just threw out Sarah to the lions here because she had no clue how to address Dana Bass, or Dina Bass. You know, you're in front of a prestigious outlet like Bloomberg and you should know your shit.
What's causing the issue?
And this is unbelievable.
Yeah, the last year or so in video games, largely the industry's been flat. The growth didn't follow all of that. And, a lot of that's related to our need to bring new players in, make gaming more accessible, but all of that is...
It's really, really painful watching Sarah Bond right here, like her eye language. She hasn't slept much. Look, you can see all the bags under her eyes. She just looks disheveled. And she was not the prime candidate. She was a patsy right here, an absolute patsy like Jerry Lewis in being interviewed. And some of the stuff that she said here, yeah, maybe a little bit is true because the costs of gaming are going up. But then again, I've always maintained you can still make cheap games out there. But if you're called an indie studio, you probably stand a bit of a chance. But if you're a AAA studio who likes to waste money, untold amounts of money on cocaine and hookers instead of making a video game, therein lies a problem. And yeah, hardware's getting more expensive. I don't know why companies like PlayStation and Xbox just keep the current generations of consoles running for as long as they can before there is a viable need to actually introduce new hardware. But I guess the rest is history in this instance. It's really sad this is actually all happening. I don't really know what much more to say other than I wish Phil Spencer the best in his retirement. It's a real shock. Also, I think there was a bit of a warning sign for me, and I've said it before, back in the good old days of Phil, when he was full and bright and breezy and very, very full in terms of girth, if you know what I mean. But in recent years, he really went Ozempic Phil. What's going on there with that stuff? Who knows? But this is the man who enjoyed a good pizza with pineapple and jalapenos. And we're not going to see that side of Phil again. Because when you're really full of life and you're enjoying things and you're embracing what life gives to you, you eat and you drink heartily, don't you? But when you're going through stress, you seem to go through the opposite motions, which is not what it should be about. And I think Phil definitely had a bit of emotion in the ocean and did not like where things were going south with Microsoft. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I can see a bit of a trend going on here because we had Devon Pritchard, the new lady CEO over at Nintendo of America, and they got this Asha Sharma bird plucked from a Delhi village to be the new CEO of Xbox, Microsoft. I wonder what's going to happen. Do you think shares will sink and tank in a few hours if they haven't already? I think that's going to be the case. In fact, Microsoft and Satya Nadella, the Indian people are ruining gaming as we know it. I mean, our YouTube CEO is called Neil Mohan. Since when is an Indian bloke called Neil? But anyway, folks, if I were you and if you were me, let's gather together, remember the greatest Phil Spencer moment ever, and I will catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
Does pineapple belong on a pizza?
It does. If you put pineapple and jalapeno together.
You've lost me there. You had me in the first half.
No.
I'm all right with
Have you tried it?
Well, I don't like spicy things, so I'm not really.
So that's no.
Yeah.
So you have to try it first.
I have to get some milk ready and I'll have a go.
The Canadian bacon, pineapple, jalapeno.
You're adding on more layers.
That's the way to go.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's your perfect pizza, is it?
I'm in on. I don't know about perfect, but it's a good flavor. I'm a big fan of pizza. I started in 1988 as a software development intern, as a programmer from the University of Washington, right across the bridge. I've always worked in the consumer software space, worked on early video for Windows and kind of internal technology. That's how I grew up here. When Xbox started, Ed Freeze brought me down to run a studio, Studio X, working with a lot of great game creators. I kind of grew up at this company. I started when I was 20, and it's been an amazing ride. Always focused on technology, always focused on consumer.
But a lot of the
Amazing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that the community